Yo, what is up, everyone? Welcome back to Larson's Lounge. I'm Jake Kett, and here with me today I have Hogan Plays. This is episode 3. Today we're going to be talking about our futures.
Hello.
All right. So first off, I think I've gone first both times, both episodes. Do you want to go first? And say anything you have big planned about your future? This goal is not like.
I guess my goals in my future is to, I guess, be successful. And I'm not talking like successful as in like rich. And I'm not talking to successful as live in a, multi-million-dollar mansion or drive a multi-million-dollar car. I'm talking successful in where I can be by myself, live on my own, be able to pay for my own stuff, have fun, live my life, and not be stuck in a position where I'm worried.
Yeah, I completely get that. But bouncing off that, what you have to have like little stepping stones. Like what?
Oh, yeah.
What goals do you have? What is Hogan gonna do throughout his life?
I'm hoping I can get YouTube to get somewhere. I mean, that's why I'm here with you right now. But hi,
Yeah.
I'm hoping I can get somewhere with YouTube. I'm working on trying to get in like videography places. I'm gonna hop onto Fiverr, get into like videography and all that kind of stuff. Video editing, mainly just video editing. Can't do video recording since I don't have any like cameras and stuff. I've got my phone, but it's a crappy like LG cheap phone. But I'm gonna get into video editing and stuff onto Fiverr and see if I can make a buck or two here, there, and here, there.
Yeah, I've edited some videos for people. I've done it like once on Fiverr. My main issue is I just don't have time for Fiverr right now. In the future when I'm done with college. I still don't know if I'd have the time because right now I'm on my break and I have no extra time. But hopefully maybe one day I'll get into Fiverr again. I'll do some Photoshop stuff, some designing, video editing, stuff like that. Fiverr is really cool. And it's great. You really can show people what to expect. Everyone has different styles. There are different levels of things. And it's just like you can literally just post your YouTube videos to Fiverr so people can say, oh, that's how he edits his videos. That's what I can expect when he edits mine. That way it's not like anything like surprising.
Yeah. You can put your YouTube, even most times you can put your own YouTube channel link into it so they can go look at it for themselves and see what they're expecting.
Yeah. And that not only helps you get sales on Fiverr, but you're promoting your YouTube channel. So that's
you promote your YouTube channel. You make money off of what you want to do. Like, for instance, if you want to do video editing and people buy into that, then voila, you just made money off of video editing.
Yeah. I view YouTube. I have the same goal as you. The broad goal of life is definitely just to be successful. Of course, I don't care about being loaded, like making tons of money. I just want enough money to get by. I want enough money to live on my own. Have a nice life. Have a fun time. Have a little extra money to go do cool things every now and then. Like kind of like live a good, memorable life. Like that's kind of the goal. I don't want to be loaded. I just want
live a life you're happy to share.
To make a living.
Yeah.
So yeah, and with the YouTube, it's not 100%. At first, I started YouTube last March, and taking it seriously, and I was like, yeah, I want to do YouTube. That's the goal, YouTube. And as I've done YouTube, I've slowly gone away from that goal, and now that's not really the goal at all. While if I did make it on YouTube, that'd be insane. That'd be awesome. And of course, it is one of the goals, but I've kind of broadened my horizons. Now the goal is to use YouTube almost as a resume to get a job within my field, which is digital video media technology, whether it be like something for social media marketing or just like video editing. If later I plan on doing my own, like teaching myself how to do 3D modeling, game development and stuff. If I could get in anything like that through YouTube. So really YouTube at this point is just like an outlet to me that I'm hoping will lead to some kind of job.
Yeah, got a couple of questions on that. So what are you doing for the video media, whatever you called it? What'd you call it? Videography media thingy?
I went to from kindergarten to 10th grade, I went to just, elementary, middle, high school. And then my 11th grade year, I decided, okay, I'm going to go to a trade school. So basically my school, Hogan goes to a really, really cool school. He's always telling me he has these awesome, insane classes. Mine were like straight to the point. We had no interesting classes. But I had the opportunity to go to a trade school where I could take interactive media, which was my first look at like what I'm doing professionally. To be honest with you, I wasn't taught anything. I don't want to say anything mean, but I don't know if it was due to my class or whatever, but the teacher didn't really seem to teach us anything. I'm not sure if she actually knew any of the material we just kind of had all this stuff, all these programs, all this equipment, and it was just kind of like half the time we couldn't even touch it, and the other time it was just like, yeah, teach yourself, watch this YouTube video on it or something.
Yeah.
But it was definitely a cool experience to be able to use all that stuff, even though most of the time we weren't even allowed to use it. It's like, why the hell do we have it if we can't use it? But no, then I went to my college for digital video and media technology, which is literally the exact same thing, just so reworded basically. And basically at my college right now, my last semester, I'm taking 3D modeling, which I'm super excited about because I do want to get into game development. But I'll have to research and learn that on my own time. Of course, if you're dedicated enough, you can learn anything without college. We have the internet.
Unfortunately, resumes don't accept that side of things either, though.
What'd you say?
Fortunately, a lot of jobs won't accept.
That doesn't matter because I'm gonna
YouTube.
have the degree for digital video and media technology. So I mean,
Yeah, if you have the degree, then you're fine. But if you don't get a
Yeah.
degree and you teach yourself, you could be fantastic in the field. But a lot
my
of jobs
top
won't accept
priority
it.
is not game design. My top priority has always been video production, and that's what I'm going to school for. That's what I'm going to have a degree for. But on the side, lots and lots, some of the biggest names and some of the biggest gaming creators do not have degrees. Like seriously, indie companies, it is the best time to make an indie game. Like if you can rock that, then you freaking go for that. But yeah, so that's definitely the goal eventually, to do that. Learn game design and stuff. But basically, yeah, I have 3D modeling. I've taken classes for like lighting and cinematography, animation, compositing, to do like video editing, advanced video editing, just lots and lots of different stuff, all relating around, video. I took an audio production class. That was interesting. So yeah.
Yeah, I think where I stepped into like the whole video and AV production area, video and audio production, it was from my school. Is we started with like programming and all that kind of stuff, and I'm big into computers and technology and all that kind of stuff, as you already know. I started taking our like animation, game design. We have animation, game design.
I can't believe your school offers those courses. Like, holy crap.
We have video and AV production.
My dude goes to a wicked cool school.
We have photo imaging, which is where you learn how to use Photoshop. We've got almost every class to start you off with what you need. We've got like...
Is it a big school? Like a big school?
It's not. No, not really.
No, I went to the smallest
in Kansas. No, not really compared to everything else. It's a pretty modest school. Like, it's not small, but it's also not big.
Obviously, they have a decent budget if they can offer all those classes.
That's fair. But yeah, I stepped into the whole side of like, not with the computer, but on the computer side of things. Like, I learned how to build computers, do all that kind of stuff, and that was all self-taught things. I figured it out on my own, and obviously it worked out because I'm using the computer I built myself. And so I'd hope it worked out because, well, you know, I'm here on the computer I built. But, so I stepped into like video and audio production and all that kind of stuff, and I started YouTube. I've been trying to do YouTube for years, but I haven't taken it seriously until just 5 or 6, 7, 8 months ago. Anywhere from, I'd say 6 to 8 months ago isn't that position where I started until I started taking it seriously. And even now, I still have trouble trying to stay on top of it because I've got school, work, and now on top of that YouTube. So it's taking time, but I'm working into it. I'm figuring out a schedule and all that stuff. But
you brought me along a point.
What's your point?
When I started YouTube, I had no problem keeping up. I did one upload a week, and I'm like, this is easy. During college, full-time job, everything, right? And so I do 2 uploads a week. Easy, knocked it out of the park. And now I don't have a job either. I do content creation full-time, and I'm currently out of college, and I still struggle to keep up. And I know exactly why it is. When I first started, I've always edited my videos, but it wasn't great. And Hogan's editing has improved so much, and I know he's constantly telling me, now I see why it takes you so long to edit, because I know it's been taking him a longer time to edit now too. The thing is, it's not that I'm getting worse, it's that I'm getting better, and when it's better, it takes more time, and that's why I'm having trouble keeping up now. And that's, Hogan just said he's having trouble keeping up, and I can guarantee you that's why, because as you learn, as you get better, it takes more time. But if you want to create some better looking content, you're gonna have to invest more time into it, and that's why some of these big YouTubers only upload like once a week. I have no idea how like Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, how the hell do they get 2 videos out a day? I don't know. I know they have an editor.
They
like,
have editors for them, but they also record for about 4 hours.
I know they record like back to back videos. I know.
Yeah, and so they just send it to the editor. They pay the editor. The editor. It's 2 different jobs. Jacksepticeye records. Jacksepticeye's editor edits. They work together to get the video out. So while Jacksepticeye is recording the next video, whoever his editor is finishing the other video. So it gets uploaded while he's recording.
Yeah, but I mean, still 2 videos a day. Editing 2 videos a day is insane. Like you'd have to live at your computer. I cannot get a video done in a day.
I mean, there's 2 of them. You record and edit in one day while they do the same thing. And
a lot of days,
most
like
of the
today,
time on time.
I've been editing all day, and I'm nowhere near done with my video.
Not only that, it's not just those 2 people though either. Like people like us, we edit, record, do everything for our videos. We do all the audio stuff, we do all the video stuff, visual effects, any like transition. We do literally everything from
I know for a fact Markiplier has said in an interview he prides himself on his thumbnails. He makes sure he does every single one of them. Markiplier says all of his thumbnails are ones he has done them himself.
And a lot of those creators, a lot of really big creators don't edit their own videos.
I know some have more than one editor, so I mean.
And I learned this where like Linus Media Group. Do you know what Linus Tech Tips is?
Yeah, I've watched.
Linus Media Group has like 5 editors.
Yeah.
They all work on one server, and he knocks out videos like that. And that's how big YouTubers do it. Is when it comes to 2 or more videos a day, they only record and maybe do a couple of little edits like thumbnails and stuff, which even in the end, thumbnails can take a couple of hours to do, but once you get the hang of it, you can just speed right through it.
And I would argue that Jacksepticeye and Markiplier, they have more of a simple editing style. They don't really caption. They don't really put transitions. It's just kind of resizing of the face cam, and it's jump cuts with them, which they're so entertaining, and it really, really fits their style for what they're doing and for their audience. I'm just saying it is a fairly easy editing style now that I think about it, and I'd argue maybe it's not too difficult for them to push out that many uploads.
It would still take them a long time too, though. Because with how their videos are there's an effect that a lot of YouTubers use that I'm gonna start trying to learn myself, but it's gonna be really hard for me to catch on to and learn. Is you don't want to move your eyes so much, because when you watch a YouTube video, if you focus on the eyes, you look in one direction and one direction only. And that's what I noticed is from a lot of big YouTubers like Jacksepticeye and Markiplier, they're not moving their heads a whole lot. They look in one direction, so that if you look at them and you focus on them, you only stare in one position only. You're not having to look around a lot, and you're not losing what's going on. You don't get distracted. You either focus on the game or them, and when you focus on them, you keep your eyes on their eyes, and they usually keep their eyes in one position, and that's at the screen and not moving their head. If they move their head, it's for comedic purposes. That's what I learned, and there's a lot of thought that goes into when they record their videos of, I need to sit still, and a lot of when they record their videos is they integrate a lot of their comedy. A lot of their comedy isn't natural. So when it comes to recording and editing, editing comes so easily and natural, I guess, that because they think about everything when they're recording.
Yeah, so you're arguing that their videos are partially kind of semi-scripted?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
They're 100%, like, not completely 100% on the dot scripted, but there's definitely scripting in it.
Of course, when you're playing a horror game or doing something, like, at least in my opinion, you need to exaggerate it. But I never really thought, when you say that, it does make sense, but I really never thought that maybe their videos would have been scripted.
So there's a couple of YouTubers that really dig into this, and when I think, and that's why I understand how they can get so many videos out, is because me and you, we don't script our stuff.
No,
I've never thought about that.
I want to have fun with YouTube. If you script it, that doesn't sound fun at that point.
And that's the thing, though, is when you don't script it, editing can be a mess. I'm not saying the video in the end is a mess, but when you edit it, it can be a mess. It takes forever. A lot of the time, YouTubers will lose interest in editing halfway through, and then the first half is a great video, and then the second half is garbage, and then you lose that retention, that viewer retention, whatever it's called, and then that's why you script it, is because if you can script it, then what are you doing?
I kicked my camera.
And if you can script it, then you're maintaining that, and you're not putting so much effort into editing. That way you can keep that audience retention up. You keep them throughout the entire video, and you keep that same energy throughout the entire video.
Yeah.
Because while you're doing it yourself, if you get tired during editing, since you're watching so many clips so often, I'm guilty of it myself. I'll get lazy and be like, I'm good, and just skip to the very end of it and just cut it down, do a little bit of transitioning and all that kind of stuff, add a couple of captions here and there. But like, it gets tiring really, really quick. So that's why if you have a set thing that you do with a small script of just, hey, be dramatic and all that kind of stuff, and think about what you want to do or what you would watch or what you would find funny, it helps them break down the video and edit it.
I don't understand how scripting with the video games would work. How do you know that a certain thing is going to happen? Video games are sometimes unpredictable. How do you know your skill level is going to allow you to do
Most video games that they play, they've already played. Think about it. When they play a video game, how often do they actually look that surprised unless it's a horror game?
Yeah, a lot of the time they don't even question it. They like act like they know exactly what's going on.
Exactly.
And
when they play a game,
with me, almost all the games I play on my channel are the first time me playing them. And so, in some of the videos I cut it out, and in others you hear me like, "How do you do this? Wait, what am I supposed to do? What do I do here?" And you never hear that for some of the bigger.
A perfect example, actually, right off of what you just said, is in my newest Arc video, I was going up at this, like, I think it's called a Pogomastox, whatever it's called, and I went to go stab it, but it took my meat, and I was super surprised by that, because I was like, can stuff really take your food? What are you doing? And I was super surprised, because I was like, can stuff really take your food? And I didn't know that. I've played the game, but that's something I never knew, and it was a genuine thing. When you look at them, if something like that was to happen, they wouldn't be that surprised, because they already know. It would just happen. They'd be like, okay, cool, my food, and then freak out a little.
Well, that's the thing. If I don't know, they could be like, whoa, they could make that exaggerated. I don't know. That just seems less fun to me. Markiplier, and I've been watching some of his interviews. He's like, yeah, I don't play video games when I'm not recording, but I mean, that kind of makes sense that he'd be playing it to figure it out and stuff for the game. I don't know. Should I play my game before I record it, or should it be genuine first impressions? I think it should be genuine first impressions.
Genuine first impressions are always better, because then the reaction is real, it's there, and it's not fake. It's obviously not going to be fake. When you script it, it looks fake, because when you just look at the person in the game and what happened, you're like, is that over-exaggerated? Like, is that overly over-exaggerated? Like, there's a point where it's way too far.
Thinking to Jacksepticeye's videos and Markiplier's videos, I definitely feel like some are scripted, but I genuinely feel like there are a few thrown in there that are genuine.
And then, like, with that whole falling back thing, is Markiplier just took a long week break. He literally just finished it. I'm pretty sure it was today. Hold on, I gotta check on my calendar real quick. He literally just finished his long week break today. He had for anyone watching, this video is going to be uploaded on Wednesday. Today is the 11th. Markiplier had an entire week-long break of where it wasn't him uploading. It wasn't any of his work. It was all of his collaborators doing it. It was Lixian, it was Bob, it was Wade.
He still had videos on his channel, but none of them were his?
They're a little, like, I don't think any of them went above a minute. And he didn't touch any of those videos. That was his week. See, I'm going to assume he used that week to catch up, to give himself a break and to be able to catch up, take some time, and get videos prepared. He probably took the days to get 2 videos done every day so that we can be at least a week ahead. I could be completely wrong. He could have done literally nothing and just slept. I don't know what he would have done, but I assume he took a week break. That way he can catch up and get done while there's still content on his channel for people to watch.
Yeah. So we were talking about our future and our goals, and we were talking about videos and stuff like that. One of my biggest goals of this year was to make sure people view me as a video content creator and not a streamer. So the way I'm combating that is I'm going to make sure by the end of the year I'm making more videos than I am streaming. So I was streaming 7 days a week, posting videos 2 days a week. I slowly put it down to 4, 2, and now my goal is to either, when I'm done with college, to move it to 3 video uploads a week. And if I can't handle that, because I live stream twice a week. So when I'm done with college, the goal is going to be push it to 3 videos a week. And if I can't do that, then I'm going to keep it at 2 videos a week, but push the live streams down to just 1 stream a week, because I really, really want to make sure I have more videos than live streams, because I love live streams. I love talking to people. I love the interaction, and I genuinely have fun at a lot of them. There have been quite a few where I didn't have fun just because, internet trolls and just people being stupid. But I'll never stop streaming. I genuinely do enjoy it, but sometimes a little part of me dies inside when someone's like, "You're my favorite streamer." So it's like I really, really want to push those videos and get them. If your dream is to be a streamer, or if you want to make videos and be a streamer, go for it. Like, do whatever you can. But my goal is mainly to be a content creator, and just instead of use the streams as a form of content, my goal is to use the stream as a form of let's chill out, let me interact with you, and the game will just be there.
Yeah, and touching up on that whole topic of why part of you dies inside is because when you started, you wanted to be a content creator. You never thought about being a streamer. I talked to you when you were at like 10K subs, and that's when we started like talking and all that kind of stuff, and growing a little friendship and whatever. When you did that, you never streamed ever.
Yeah, I've never.
It was just on. It wasn't very long ago that you started streaming. It hasn't been a very long time. And so
it instantly at the beginning I was like, yeah, this is awesome. Then I was like, wait, no, I'm running away from my dream, and I'm like, I know this isn't the dream.
And that's why it's because when you feel like when someone calls you something that you don't want to be, but the exact opposite, you feel like you've lost that goal. You're losing that grasp.
And
every single time it happens more. It happens more.
When somebody calls me their favorite streamer, it's like flattering. It's awesome. Like it does make me happy, but it's like, really, that's not what I want to be. I was gonna say something else regarding that, but I forgot what it was.
Yeah. Trying to think. Talking more on like. Ooh.
I know what it was. Freaking people popping in. So before I even started, it's just a little like YouTube hate and troll things. Before I even started streaming, keep in mind I had 10.2 thousand subs or something. And literally, when I said I was gonna start slowing down the streams and potentially stop them, literally I had so many people flood my streams with, "You're gonna lose every single one of your subs," when I hadn't even gained 1,000 subs from streaming. It was like, really, that's not cool. People are so hateful. And it's just like that. It was really them telling me like, "Yo, it's time to quit the streams." Because, and then other people would join my Among Us streams, and they'd be stream snipers. That's how it is. And people would literally tell me not to show the gameplay, and I'm just like, "What's the point of streaming if you're not gonna show the game?" I'm like, if I wasn't gonna show the game, I would literally it just made me feel like people weren't watching me for me. They were just watching me to play the game, and I don't understand why don't they just go play a public game then? It just made me think, why am I still streaming Among Us? Why am I still streaming at all, for that matter, if they don't even want me to stream the game? I'm like, what's the point in that? They're like, black out your screen, don't stream the game. And I'm like, doesn't that defeat the entire purpose of a stream? I'm like, come on, guys.
Yeah, that makes sense. A lot of sense, actually. I haven't faced that problem yet. And as I've started growing on the streaming side of things, I want to be both. Like, I want to be a streamer and a content creator because I really, 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 really like streaming. And that's where I started. I started with streaming. And honestly, if I had the opportunity to just do streaming, I would. But content creation and being able to sit down in your own little world and edit a video is also super, super relaxing. And I really like to be able to edit a video that I created because that's my story that I am telling.
See,
and it's a super good feeling.
That's your goal. So it's good in your case.
Yeah. It would be a good goal. But that's also the thing, is it's a live interaction, so you can't control what is said. You can't control what people talk, or you can't control how many people fight or argue or bicker, or you can't control who joins your games, or you can't control the bad nights you have, or if you are having a rough night, you can't just sit down and record for an hour and have a 20-minute video and people be happy. Most of the time when you have to stream more than an hour, and if you're having a rough night, you're not going to want to, but when you get bigger enough, that's really not an excuse people will accept.
Yeah.
When you can just sit down and record for an hour whenever you're ready, because the videos are usually spaced out. All my videos are Monday, Friday, or Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I can sit down. If I'm having a bad day on Monday to record my video for Wednesday, I can record it Tuesday and be perfectly fine. But if I have a stream on Monday and Wednesday, I can't sit down and do a stream on Tuesday for Wednesday. I have to do that stream on Monday, or I'm going to get people that come at me and yell at me or something like that, because it's not on time. I can't push it off and wait.
Yeah, I really get that. With my channel, I don't know, people are like demanding for the streams. Like, nobody's demanding for the videos. When it comes to the stream, people are like, where are you? Because I always say my streams start around 7:30 because sometimes I'm a little early, sometimes a little late, and I don't know. It just seems really the streaming thing just seems a lot more toxic than video creation to me, especially when you start getting bigger. He's like, I do Discord voice chat, and literally I'll be like, give me a minute, guys. Once I get in the game, I get all set to go. I'll move you guys. And literally people just spam my comments, move me. Why aren't you moving me? And I'm just like, I'm working on things, guys. I'm trying. And it's just, I don't know.
And that's also the thing is, as a streamer, or even as what either of us do as content creation, you have to have a lot of patience because people will really, really try to push you, and
Yeah.
that's when you got to sit back because you can't snap at your viewers or it's gonna look horrible on your end. Because then you just lost patience. So you gotta have a lot of patience too if you want to be a streamer. You have to be able to know how to hold back yourself. That way you can give the good content for the entire time. That's also the thing about the streamers. When you're playing a game, there's gonna be silent moments. Most of the time there are, but when a streamer wants, when I'm trying to figure out the wording, when people that come to watch the stream, they want interaction. They want to be there. They also want to troll. They also want you to do a bunch of different things for them. When you play a game, you're playing the game at your pace and you're doing what you want. You play the game for you and the viewers. Did you? And that's the thing about streaming is the viewers want you to do whatever you want. It's like if you're playing a horror game, the viewers always they try to like joke around and tell you to do things that typically get you killed. And when you play the game, it's because you want to beat the game. It's not because you want to just repeatedly die and then you get tired of the game and then you get tired of the stream and then well off from what you started with having fun got pushed off to being boring. Because you just repeatedly die and that's all they want to see. And then if you play the game how you want to play the game right and you just want to beat the game, a lot like Sign of Silence or Phasmophobia, a lot of people are like, go to the noise, go die, go hug it or whatever. It's a lot like you just repeatedly die and then you can't just play the game because you're dead. And then you have to restart from the beginning, and then the next one is just another challenge that's just going to get you killed. It takes a stream from being fun because of a couple of challenges to then being boring because that's all they want to see is more and more challenges. So then when you try to take the game seriously, it doesn't become fun because they get mad.
Yeah, I have a love-hate relationship for streaming, and it definitely sounds like well, you may not feel as strongly. You can definitely relate to it, at least in a sense.
No, yeah. I will never feel as strongly because I'm nowhere near, I guess, your viewership. Well, I average anywhere from about 5 to 7 viewers. You
I
average anywhere
definitely
from
feel
about
like the more
15
viewers,
to 20. And the more viewers, the worse.
I have, the more toxic it can get. So,
because
I mean,
with my point of view, it can be rough. It can get tiring. It can get overwhelming, and it can get exaggerated really, really quick. Is because challenges. A lot of people like to see hilarious things, so they try to cause you to do hilarious things for them. More and more people see that you accepted that one challenge, so they give you more and more challenges. With your situation, you've got 15 to 20 people trying to do that. I would have 5 to 7 people, so it would be a whole lot less stressful for me versus you.
yeah, I mean, sometimes I have like 50 people in my chat, and I can barely keep up with my chat, and they're getting like super shook at me, but
Super shook.
we're super shook.
That's also the thing is a lot of like big streamers don't even touch chat. You're just
I know.
watching a video, and it's sad.
No, that's the whole point of a stream for me,
Yeah.
is to look at the chat. So I'm just like, why are you
It's
just
to
stream? Why
interact
aren't
and
you just
talk.
making a video? Why are you streaming this? Like, no, I don't get it. When you stream, there's the potential for so many things to go wrong. So I'm just like, why wouldn't you just, if you're gonna stream and not interact with anyone, why wouldn't you just make it a video? Like,
Yeah, because like in that situation, there's no point in streaming. You're just letting people watch the
I've never
behind
watched-
scene video. That's all it is.
I've never watched Ninja before. Like, does he look at his chat?
I don't know. I've never watched him.
You've never watched it? I'd hope so. I mean, he's a big YouTuber.
Yeah.
Streamer, Twitch, YouTube, Mixer, whatever he does. Mixer is dead. I don't know what he
Yeah.
streams on.
And I understand why they don't, but like they can take a second to look over and just read the first message they see. They don't have to just stare at the screen and completely just watch the chat as it goes by really, really quick. Like they can stop for a second and read a couple of messages and keep playing. It really doesn't take that long to read a message.
Yeah. I completely understand missing a bunch of chats, especially
Yeah.
when you're huge. No
But
matter
if you
what
at
the
least
size
make
of
an
my
attempt, it won't look as bad.
Yeah, no matter what the size of my channel is, that's gonna be the whole point to me, is looking at the chat. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to at some point if my channel was absolutely huge and people were interested in doing a live stream or not even playing a game. I wouldn't mind doing a live stream where it's just me looking at the camera, music in the background, and me just hi, reading all the comments, responding to people, seeing what's up. Like I have nothing against that.
That's literally the whole point of just chatting on Twitch. That's the biggest topic on Twitch is just chatting.
Oh really? That's interesting.
That's literally all it is people sit there with their camera just as mine and yours are, and they just talk.
I don't think we see that on YouTube, and that's kind of what we're doing with the Larson's Lounges live. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we're trying to do. Is we're trying to take what we do as creators and content creators on our own channel and bring it here without the games. We bring ourselves here and we allow other people to talk to us and ask questions and all that kind of stuff.
I'm wondering if there's a way next time we go live, if I could almost categorize our live as something like just chatting, so it'd be easier for people to find it. New people who just want to.
You can use hashtags on YouTube where we can try
Yeah,
Twitch and stuff.
maybe we can try something like that in the future, and we can let you guys know about it in a future podcast.
We're in experimenting stage. This is literally our third video, so we can play around with it and figure it out. So, meh. Nothing too terrible. We can play around with it.
Yeah.
I don't have much else to say. You got anything?
No. What time are we at?
32 minutes is on my end.
Do you want to go a little longer or end it here?
It's up to you. If you got more topics, we can keep going. If we don't have anything else, I'd rather not sit here and stare at my keyboard.
I could talk longer, but I think we're good enough.
All right. So we got to end it off there.
Yeah, you're the outro guy.
I thank God. Finally, you figured it out.
All right. If you like this,
No,
don't forget to like, leave a comment, subscribe. We do upload.
Oh God. Alrighty, so if you guys did enjoy this video, go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment down below what else you guys want to hear us talk about and see in these videos. Again, this is a learning curve for both of us. Neither of us, this is a little out of our comfort zone. Neither of us do this content regularly, so obviously he's hugging a mannequin. Jake's channel will be down in the description below. My channel will be down in the description below. And if you guys did enjoy it, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.